That is right. And hey, if you missed the MTV Awards last night, one thing that you may be able to Google is Emma Watson's speech. It really was good for the younger generation and really anybody. It was, she had a lot of really inspirational words that she gave last night. Did you get to see it?
I missed it.
Well, check it out. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Very, very good speech by Emma Watson. Now we're going to do something good in the kitchen. Andy McDonald, jack of all trades. We were talking a little bit earlier. Let's just first talk about all the things that you do and what you're going to be doing today.
Okay, well,
Go through the list.
my main job is I play the front man for a bluegrass band called Fat Man Squeeze, which we've played on your fine show one time about a year or two ago. And then I also am the cuisine editor for the Lanyap. And I'm just here to promote the St. Mary's Crawfish and Bluegrass Extravaganza. I eat and I play guitar for a living, so.
And you cook.
And I cook a lot.
Because that's what you're going to be doing today, and you're going to be showing us how to do something with some leftover crawfish.
Correct. So yeah, what we're going to start off with is just, you know, the Holy Trinity is what a lot of people call it these days, which is celery, bell pepper, and onion.
Good stuff together.
And very rarely will you get those three items where you don't get garlic along with that too. So.
And you just have butter here?
This is just melted butter and a little bit of olive oil so it doesn't really scald and burn and get all brown. Yeah. And then we're going to go ahead and add the garlic too.
Make it smell really good.
I do like a lot of garlic and a lot of heat, but remember, you know, if you're making this for other people, you got to really cater to their taste. So don't overindulge on the heat or the garlic. And then just simply with our cute little salt and pepper shakers.
I love these guys. Where did you get them?
I don't know, but they're for sale right now. I'll sell them to you.
Oh, really? They're little dogs. There's a little white dog and a little black dog.
Bulldogs.
Salt and pepper.
We're bulldog people at my house.
So cute. I love these. Hey, if anybody knows where to get these, let me know. I need some of these.
I'll shoot you an email when I get home.
Okay, that sounds good. Or I can just buy yours, and then you can get some more.
That's right.
Either way.
I'll go get some more.
This is fantastic. All right, I'm loving the smells that are coming out of here, so I'm going to let you stir this up while we talk a little bit about this huge event, Knights of Columbus Crawfish Bluegrass Extravaganza. This is the 11th year as Mobile's only bluegrass festival, and it's one of the largest crawfish boils. It's going to be thousands of pounds of crawfish.
Yeah, thousands of pounds of crawfish, hundreds of gallons of gumbo. There are hot dogs for people who don't partake in the mud bugs.
Okay.
Miss Cammy's Old Dutch Ice Cream Parlor will be there. They're also one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And then, you know, adult beverages and regular beverages.
Okay.
So, and you got, let's see, 4 bands this year we have. The String Slingers are newcomers, and they'll kick the day off. Phil and Waylon, who are total veterans and played at the very first one 11 years ago. And then Delta Rain, and then Fat Man Squeeze.
Okay, so you guys are going to be ending the evening.
Yes.
Fantastic band, and it's going to be from 4 to 9, raising money for Catholic Social Services. All right, and when is it going to take place?
This Saturday. And also, please, as a foodie, I would please ask you guys to bring a donation for the Bay Area Food Bank. We're also doing a food drive.
Wonderful. Okay, so just monetary donation, canned donations,
canned donations would be great. You can go to their website, Bay Area Food Bank's website, and see what's okay and what's not okay. But I'm sure it's dry goods and canned goods.
Okay, and if you get tickets in advance, they're $25. So if you want to go to our website, you can get all the information about tickets, and you can make your plans to do that. It's from 4 to 9 this Saturday. Now, again, a lot of great food. So if you go and you eat so much crawfish, you want to know what to do with some crawfish afterwards, that's what we're kind of showing you what to do today. Some crawfish bread bowls. We're going to let this simmer together, let the flavors marry together. When we come back, you want to start adding the crawfish?
Yeah. We can. I'll go ahead and add the crawfish right now. So when we get back, it'll be ready to go. This is about 1 pound. So if you're peeling them yourself, maybe 4 to 5 pounds of whole crawfish will yield about this much.
Sounds good. All right, make sure you get the recipe and all of the information about the Big Crawfish and Bluegrass Festival on our website, Studio 10 tab on fox10tv.com.
The main man, Andy McDonald from Fat Man Squeeze, and the Lanyap is here cooking up a bunch of stuff. What are you working on, man?
All right, so we got the crawfish in there with the Trinity and the garlic, and now what we got to do is we've got to add in our flour to thicken this up. Generally, if you were making like a straight roux, you would have basically equal parts flour to equal parts to oil.
Okay.
Or grease or butter or whatever you're using. And doing this, we're really just trying to thicken it up, so we would err on the side of not enough flour.
Okay. Tell me what you do with the Lanyap in regards to food.
Well, I'm the cuisine editor for the Lanyap. Have been for about 3 or 4 years now, and just have a really good time over there. It's great when you can find a job where you get paid to eat, drink beer, and play guitar.
So does that mean you're kind of a food critic?
I'm a food critic.
All right. So not only are you a critic, but you're also a doer of food.
Well, I wouldn't say that I was a good cook, but I enjoy doing it, and I do cook a lot around the house. So you're not going to be buying any of my creations anytime soon.
Well,
You're gonna come
you know
over.
what? I tell you what, though, this looks pretty good. And the recipe, if you want to try Andy's recipe for what we're working on today, is on our website. So go check that out. That is looking fantastic. And we're talking about this big bluegrass crawfish extravaganza. Tell us all about it.
Favorite event in Mobile. My favorite gig of the year. We probably do anywhere between 150 to 200 gigs a year sometimes, and this one is my favorite.
What makes it your favorite?
Well, 3,000 pounds of crawfish. That helps.
It's a good start.
It's family oriented. My kids have been to every one of them. Even in the womb, my children have been to this event, and we just have a great time. There's no better atmosphere in Mobile. It's my favorite event in Mobile, period. So,
what do the folks need to know to come on out?
well, we've got, like I said, we've got 4 bands. Delta Rain is one of my favorite bands, and they are on fire right now, really tearing it up. Phil and Waylon. Phil played with the Dog River Boys in the very first St. Mary's.
Cool.
And then the newcomers are the String Slingers, who are great friends of ours. I can't wait to see those guys on stage.
Awesome.
And then we're the last band of the evening. Let me add some water in here. This is just straight water. You could use, if I'm doing crawfish and shrimp for this dish, I'll make like a seafood stock with the shrimp shells. I really wouldn't recommend that with the crawfish heads or anything.
Sure.
But you're just going to add a little bit at a time.
And this is this Saturday we're talking about.
This Saturday is the event.
All right.
And I will be there, God, all day long.
Well, you got a lot to do. You're playing music, you're the food guy, you got so much going on, and you got these bread bowls out for us here on Studio 10. When we come back in our next segment, we're going to get this all together. We're going to finish this up, put them in the bread bowls, and boom, we'll have some great food here on the Studio 10 set ready to go. Thanks a lot, Andy.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys. Andy McDonald is our chef this morning. He's with the band Fat Man Squeeze, and your band is playing in a big event coming up. Remind folks what that is.
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
Favorite gig of the year, St. Mary's, Knights of Columbus, Crawfish and Bluegrass Extravaganza.
Extravaganza, part of the extravaganza, crawfish. And you have made us a delicious dish this morning, which you're finishing up. Tell the folks who are just tuning in what's all in this, this mix right now.
We started off with a little celery, bell pepper, and onion, and garlic. Sauteed that down in a little butter. Added in the crawfish tails, about a pound of cooked crawfish tails, by the way. And then topped that up, thickened it up with a little flour. Brought in some water to break it down, and always go back and taste it and make sure your seasoning hasn't changed, whether you're using water or a stock. Now all we got left to do, Joe, is a little bit of green onion, give it a little color. You don't really have to cook it much after you got that in there, but just stir that in.
Thicken it up, break it down, add the color, stir it around. I'm making the new song for Fat Man Squeeze right now.
It's a hit, to be sure.
Make sure you write that down after the show, because that was pretty good.
And now it's time to go ahead and plate. I've got some bread bowls, just really Kaiser rolls that I cut the tops out of. Blast in the oven for just a couple of minutes just to get that kind of crusty feel on it, not trying to brown it or anything.
Sure.
And definitely you want to save the tops because you'll be dipping that.
Ooh, yeah. Look at all that goodness. You can have some of this goodness and listen to some great music this Saturday at the big extravaganza if you
4 to 9 p.m.
4 to 9 p.m.
4 to 9 p.m. There will be bouncy castles, there will be ice cream, there will be hot dogs, there will be tons of gumbo, crawfish, everything. And the music this year is going to be astounding.
Yeah, some great bands playing. You guys are closing it out, but you have a mix of old and new bands as well. You told us about earlier.
Yeah, we've got the String Slingers are our newcomers. We can't wait to hear those guys.
Yeah.
Then Phil and Waylon is a duo that are veterans to this stage. And then Delta Rain, who is really tearing it up right now, one of my favorite bands in the world. And then Fat Man Squeeze.
Hit me up with some Parmesan on this piece right here.
Okay.
Right there. See, boom. Right there. Like,
Kaboom.
oh, you boom like that. We'll be right back with more Studio 10. Don't miss a big crawfish and bluegrass extravaganza this weekend. Thanks so much for coming in, Andy.
You.
Appreciate it.